Can you scroll down to verse 9 and 10? Okay, anybody want to read? Verse 9 and 10.
Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
Woo! All right, let's stop sharing. Woo-hoo! Boy. All right. Do y'all get the drift? A lot of the concern of fighting in the fight is people coming after you, ripping you down to nothing, crushing you, just making you fall apart. You don't have what you need, or you get down and low and there's nobody to talk to, nobody to love you, nobody to care for you, nobody to build you up. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys in this fight, as you're pursuing people to work with, as you're going out and teaching, how many of you guys have that in mind as you do it? What if your ability to move forward in confidence is wound up in the security you have with other people? When I tell you guys about family PMAs, I tell you guys, if you go into the hospital and they want to take over your care, your spouse can call us and say they're trying to take my husband or wife. They're trying to attack. When we set up the idea of PMAs, we understood that the government will come after you all across the nation, but when they know you got a lot of people with you, they think about you a little bit differently. Right? Now, when I talk about security and building a team, right, and having PMAs intertwined and working with each other, can we go real deep real quick? A lot of you guys have expressed to me that you care about food safety. A lot of you guys have farms. A lot of you guys have huge amounts of land that you can grow food enough for everybody that's connected to us. And imagine that there could be membership fees because we already buy food where we can give you cash so that your family can be sustained and you can pay somebody or you could work the crops and you would be sustained because you have enough food, you have enough wealth from your PMA, and we can eat food that's not vaccinated with some mRNA or something crazy. You wouldn't have to worry about having enough money for your family because we would give you membership fees for your family. A lot of us think when I'm talking about this that I'm just telling you to do something because I'm just telling you to do it. Rather than realizing I'm trying to introduce wisdom into your mind because your whole law fight is based on how secure you are. If you get attacked, I can help with that. If you're hungry, I can help with that. If you don't have enough to take care of your family, I can help with that. But if we're all here together and one of us fall, it's not even a problem. We want a good number of people to fight, right? Here's another part of that. And you're going to see this further on in the webinar. I'm going to show you scientifically with proof why it's harder for you to grow your movements. And I'm going to promise you that some of the lack of growth, like, let me ask you this. If you guys could all have a movement the same size as this movement individually with people connected to you, doing work together, loving each other, building each other, would you do it? Like, if you could live your life in security, teaching people what's right, teaching people real law, loving God, loving your family, and being secure in everything you need, would it not be good for you? Let me ask you this. How many of you guys have tried to offer someone help and they first analyze you to see if you're living in a way that would benefit them? You're like, hey, I want you to work out because that's going to help you get better. And then they're going to turn around and look at you and say, but do you work out? Right? So if we're trying to teach people that you can move in a nation, is it not a benefit to show that you got a group that moves in the nation? right? So one of the parts that is easy to take for granted is building a team of people to help you get ideas out quicker, help secure each other, help build each other, help protect each other, help love each other. You're going to see, guys, that the things that we've talked about that seem like it's not that big of a deal, right? Actually play a part in taking back a nation. It actually takes part in taking back a nation. So I want the biggest number of people to learn something, to learn the law. How many of you guys have seen that you tried to teach people and it's like nobody's answering, nobody's moving, it's just slow? Why do y'all think that is?